what my shoe area used to look like in my entryway. And eventually I traded out that utility cart and had another 2 storage cube unit little thing and from Target, and it was pure chaos. So what I decided to do was I was going to take those 2 cubes and turn it into a shoe cabinet. Now that thing that flashed before your eyes is something that I used in my plant stand videos. I drilled them on in the back to hold the 2 storage cubes together, and I also drilled the inside of the storage cubes and, you know, put some screws in there to make sure that everything was solid and good. I cleaned it and then I ended up sanding it because I wanted to paint over it. Anyone knows, working with laminated, you have to sand it before you prime it. So I'm using acetone, don't ask, it works. I'm using it to clear off the sawdust. And now I am cutting down some pieces of 2x4s to create a little base to that my legs will be drilled into. Now I am, you know, creating the top. I'm measuring everything to make sure that everything was good. I am using the pieces of wood to make sure that my measurements are correct, because I wanted to make sure that, you know, the wood that I cut was the exact size that the top of my shoe cabinet would be. And in a previous video, I did talk to you guys about making sure that your wood make sure it's straight when you purchase it. And not in this video, but the second video, I will show and tell you why. Now, anyway, here I am just cutting down some more woods, and that's going to serve as shelves. I needed more shelf space because, as you can see, it's not going to be enough to hold shoes, and I want to hold as many shoes as possible. So now I created my base for my shoe cabinet, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill in the top of the shoe cabinet as well. I originally wanted to wrap this whole thing in wood, but I didn't want to buy any more wood. I wish I would have, but I didn't want to buy any more wood, honestly, because wood is definitely not cheap. So here's what everything looks like. I'm now putting in wood filler to pretty much fill any holes and imperfections that there may be. So when I paint, I get a smooth finish. And then once I finish doing that, I applied the BIM primer. And everybody knows if you paint any type of laminated furniture, this is excellent to use. I did do 2 coats, not here. I didn't. I went back in and I did another coat. These are the legs that I'm going to be using. I ordered those from Amazon a long time ago. Like I just do with most of the stuff I have. I just store it. I don't know why. And my primer dry, and now I'm moving on to the doors. So basically, I stopped at my local fabric store and I picked up a piece of burlap, and I wanted that to be a part of my door design. So here you see me just stapling it onto the pieces of wood that you see in the earlier part of the video. I am pulling my fabric very taut to make sure that it's really on really tightly, and I'm cutting off the raw edges. So once I apply my plywood to the back, you won't see the fabric. And here I am, I'm just stapling the plywood on, and it is the thinnest plywood that they have available at Home Depot. It's like $26 for a huge sheet. Now I'm just pretty much priming the doors. I should have did this before I put the fabric on, because I did drop a little bit of paint, but hey, whatever, it happens. Now onto the paint. I don't use this paint normally at all whatsoever, but I did want a blue color. I saw this. It was on sale for $2. Somebody had probably mixed it, didn't like it, brought it back. So I snagged it. It's in flat. I like flat. So hey, I actually love the color and I love the finish. It came out beautifully, even though I don't love the paint. But I love everything else. I was scratching it to make sure that it didn't come off. And I did have some nicks that I went back in and I painted over. Now, with the same plywood that I used to create the doors, I used that on the back of my shoe cabinet as well. And I left that color on the other side, the natural color, so that if it brushed up against my white walls, it wouldn't leave any paint residue. You know, they do pre-drill holes in the cabinets when you buy them. So what I did was I ordered extra pegs off of Amazon and did the only way that I knew how to make little indents into my homemade shelves so that the shelves could sit directly on top of the pegs and don't move. And it works out well. Done it before, whatever. Nobody sees that. drilling my holes in to attach my hinges so I can attach my doors. And then once my doors were up, I attached my door handles. This is before the door handles, and this is the finished product. Now, remember previously I told you guys to make sure that your wood is straight. And here's why. Because my left side of my door does not close completely because it's not flush. So I'm going to have to go back in and recreate a new door because it's just working my nerves. I did buy some magnets or whatever, but it doesn't help that left door. So whatever, but save yourself a lot of pain and heartache. Make sure all of your wood is straight and level. But anyway, other than that, I like it. I didn't add any decor now, but I'll go back in. But tell me what you guys think. A quick update. I actually did fix the door and it looks perfect now.